Okay, so now, we've been talking so much about sickness. Unfortunately, it's the reality. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is reporting that this year's influenza pandemic may really be one of the worst outbreaks in recent history. So it's no surprise that Americans are concerned about staying healthy. But the workplace is often overlooked as a common source of germs.
Right, and New Mexico has been hit particularly hard with the flu. Dr. Charles Gerba is Professor and Germ Expert at the University of Arizona, and he joins us with advice on keeping your workplace germ-free.
So important. Thanks, Dr. Gerba, for being with us.
Oh, thank you.
Well, let's ask you this
Thanks
first.
for the opportunity to get to talk to you about the workplace.
Oh, well, absolutely. We want to know first, what is the general attitude that you see toward workplace cleanliness?
Well, people haven't really brought good home hygiene habits to the office because I think it's rather new. Today most of us actually work in an office, and we haven't really developed good hygiene habits yet for the office. In fact, a study recently conducted by Staples found out that people aren't routinely cleaning and wiping common workplaces like their desktops in particular. And even in our studies, we find that most people don't clean a desktop till they start sticking to it, it seems.
Right, so we need to clean those desktops. And what else can we do to try to keep the workplace healthy?
Well, the cold and flu viruses are very effectively spread by you touching common surfaces ill people have touched, and they deposit the cold and flu virus. And then when you touch those sites, you get it on your fingers, and then you bring your fingers to your nose, mouth, and eyes, and very effectively transmit cold and flu viruses. That's why it's really important to try to interrupt that spread in the office. And there's some tools you can use to interrupt that spread. And I got some of them here. One of them is disinfecting wipes, which are very effective against the flu virus, very good for use on tabletops, desktops, computer equipment. Another thing is strategically place facial tissues. You never know when you're going to sneeze, right? The other thing is hand sanitizers. They're very effective. You should have them on your desktop, maybe in communal coffee break areas and that. And of course, when you go to the restroom, it's a good idea to have automatic paper towel dispensers, automatic soap dispensers, so you don't have to touch those same buttons and levers people with colds and flus touch all the time. So I think it's a matter of informing employees and getting the right tools in there to reduce the risk of getting colds and flus at work.
Really good tips. Now, one of the things that we want to know is, how can the managers implement policies to help prevent the spread of germs?
Well, I think the most important thing is to make these cleaning and disinfecting products, sanitizers, available in the office place, and to make their employees aware that they can reduce the risk of illness by up to 30 to 50% by using these tools. Also, Staples on their webpage has a lot of good information and products that can be used to help prevent the spread of cold and flu in the office. And you can go to staples.com/flu center and find out a lot about other products that might be useful in the office to prevent the spread of colds and flus.
Can I ask you something? In the restroom, sometimes you have the option, you can do the hand sanitizer, you can do the soap and wash your hands. Do you recommend doing both? Some people do one, not the other.
Yeah.
What's your recommendation on that? Just curious.
I recommend doing both because a lot of people don't wash their hands long enough. You really should wash your hands for at least 10 to 15 seconds. 20 seconds is really the optimal range people get in. Most people, from what I see, 10 seconds is the average from what I've seen in timing people all the time. So I think using a hand sanitizer afterwards is a good idea.
I actually worked in the food industry at one point, and you're told you have to sing the full alphabet before you could be done washing your hands. That was the rule of thumb. So that's something maybe we can try more often, especially now during this terrible flu season. And again, let's mention one more time where consumers and small businesses can go for more information.
Yes, you can go to staples.com/flu center. And Staple has a broad range of products that are very focused at helping interrupt the spread of colds and flu in the office.
Fantastic.
Thank
well,
you
stay
so
healthy,
much.
and thanks for being with us. Gosh, it is really, it's a rough thing. It seems like everybody around you is
New
coughing
Mexico
and
is
sneezing.
one of the worst states right now for the flu in most cases, so
Yeah.
it's pretty rough.
Yeah, I mean, nearly 90 New Mexicans have been hospitalized with the flu, and later in this half hour, we'll actually find out the answers to some common questions about the flu. So hopefully we can help you to avoid it, and if you do have it, help you to treat it better and quicker.
Absolutely. Well, coming up next on New Mexico Style, highlights from the Golden Globes. Stick around.